Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. New Year's Day today. Today's a Wednesday. We had ad change day. It's one of my favorite days of the year. I just did one of my favorite traditions that I do. Honestly, New Year's Day, most of the time I have to go to work. And then after that, I go to the place across the street from my work, Folsom Palace, and I order way too much Chinese food. I got rice, I got noodles, I got beef, I got chicken, I got pork. I got those little things with the crab and the cream cheese that you dip in the red sauce. I got $100 worth of Chinese food. I'm going all out. I'm all for it. It's gonna be a good day. Probably gonna go home, watch some movies. I watched a movie the other day, Carry On Netflix. That movie had no business being that good. I'm not going to tell you a ton about the movie because it's on Netflix. You have a chance to go see it, especially if you're all pumped about Monday Night Raw coming to Netflix. Everybody's going to sign up for it. But if you didn't see it last week, it's a brand new movie. It's worth seeing. One scene in the movie is going to be some of the worst CGI you've ever seen in your life. But besides for that, really, really good, fun movie, action-packed from beginning to end, believable. I thought it was really, really good. Now let's get down to it. I did the same thing last week. I wasted like 3 minutes before getting down to what we came to talk about. Week 18? Yeah, because they play 17 weeks and you have a bye week. So week 18 of the NFL season. We got the 49ers going up against the Arizona Cardinals in a game that means nothing. I don't really know the Cardinals record, but I think it's somewhere close to around the 49ers. Right now, the Niners sitting at 6-10. News came out today from Kyle Shanahan. Brock Purdy will be sitting, and Josh Dobbs will be playing for the San Francisco 49ers. For the longest time, Josh Dobbs was not the second string quarterback of the 49ers. When they signed him from the Vikings, I thought that honestly it was a pretty good signing. But it seemed like he lost the number 2 job in camp. I honestly can't even remember the guy's name. The guy who came from Cincinnati ended up winning it. He actually got to start a game or 2 games for Purdy this year. I don't know if they just saw enough and just figured it just wasn't going to work, or if Dobbs just won it over in practice or something like that, or maybe there's some sort of injury, and because it's a backup quarterback, I just don't know about it. But I'm still buzzing. I'm still feeling the high of the Lions game on Monday. I'm proud of these Niners. I don't care what you say. I know I am let down because of the fact we're not going to the Super Bowl for the 3rd time in so many years. I know that, we're not going to have a chance to, win in the playoffs, go to the Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl. That's honestly the goal. That's why we're doing this. Anybody who says the Niners suck because of the fact that they've lost so many Super Bowls, you got to be in the Super Bowl to win one. And if you're going to tell me that you'd rather just not go to the Super Bowl than lose one, you're fucking lying to me, and you're fucking lying to everyone else. You got to pay to play the game. And I'm all for it. I remember the Chiefs Super Bowls. I remember that Ravens Super Bowl. And I would not have it any other way. I mean, all 3 of those games were close, believable. We went to that NFC Championship game. We got blown out due to injury. We didn't have a quarterback. I don't know why they didn't roll with. I think they said Juszczyk was the emergency 3rd string quarterback. He played some high school quarterback or something like that. Just let the guy try. What's the worst that's gonna happen? But I don't know, man. It's been a long, hard year. I honestly can't wait for it to be over. I know that we played the later game on Sunday because they just needed to play the game. It doesn't matter for Arizona. It doesn't matter for us. The only thing that's going to happen, I think, is the loser might move up in the draft or something like that. But Arizona and the Niners, they don't like each other. They've been rivals for a long time. They're battling for the bottom of the NFC West. I want to see him just go out there with heart again. Try and win this game. You're not going to tell me that game didn't mean something to, like, Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa has got a big deal in the NFL. He had no, fear of losing his contract, of being cut due to having a down year or anything like that. But, he came back. He gave 10 times more heart than he needed to. Had pretty much a career game for the defensive line. Going after Jared Goff. I think it meant a lot for the Niners. They're not going to go down as one of the best teams in the NFL this year, but Detroit is in the conversation of having a chance to go and win a Super Bowl. That was their goal last year. That's definitely their goal this year. They got a big game against Minnesota, and for anybody who thinks the slam dunk that the Chiefs are going to win it, for the Chiefs to have to play Buffalo and have to play Baltimore, if the playoffs line up that way, I think that both of those teams are able to beat Kansas City. Kansas City can beat those teams, but I don't believe in Kansas City to be able to beat both back to back. Whoever gets the second game against Kansas City, I think is going to be the team that beats them. I haven't sat down and looked at where the standings and the schedule puts everybody in the seedings for the playoffs. But if Kansas City has to play those two teams back to back, I would go heavy on the second team that plays them. I think somebody's going to beat them. It's going to be this year. They can't win forever. I don't know, but I think that if they could find a way to play any other team after playing one of those teams, I think you might be saying that Kansas City's a three-peat Super Bowl victor. I don't even know if that's been done in my lifetime, let alone if it's ever been done in NFL history, that somebody's won 3 in a row. I mean, definitely there's been teams like Dallas, there's been teams like Pittsburgh that have won them sporadically. Even like New England might have won 3 in a period of years. But man, oh man, I mean, this game's gonna be hard to watch. I think, honestly, I would love to see a good game from Arizona. I'm not a big fan of Kyler Murray. I've always said that I didn't think that he was an elite quarterback in the NFL, and that they would figure that out in Arizona. They re-upped on his contract, and I think he paid off. I think that Kyler Murray honestly had a really good year. Having a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. on your team, I think is going to be like your next Larry Fitzgerald. He had an up and down year where it seemed like, he would catch a lot of balls, and then the next week they just wouldn't throw it to him, and then they would catch a lot of balls, and it was sort of like here today, forgotten about tomorrow. I don't watch a lot of Arizona to figure it out, but just watching his fantasy stats, it seemed like he was on an up and down roller coaster almost all year. And then James Conner almost screwed me in my fantasy football thing, which I don't think anybody out there really cares about. You care about your fantasy team, but I won my championship. I really thought after he sat after those first 4 or 5 plays, I thought that I was going to be screwed. Ended up having a really, really good game from the running back of the Falcons, as well as Jaden Daniels with Washington, and I pulled it out. I had like a 23-point lead going into the Monday night game, and then he only had the Detroit defense. And I was scared that they might pick a few balls, have a shutout, this, that, or the other, and they might find a way to get a win. But it didn't happen. I won. I don't know where I'm going to put the trophy, but it's going to be freaking sick. I don't think there's a ton to really say about this game. Gerardo had a great year as a rookie running back. I think it would be great for him to have a big game. At the end of the Detroit game, when Purdy came in, I'm sorry, when Purdy went out and Josh Dobbs went in, it was awesome to see that Tennessee Bulls connection. I would love to see Jennings have a big game and then just live out their college dreams on the big stage and just run it back. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what your hopes, your dreams are for this Arizona game. I don't think there's a really big difference whether the Niners finish 6-11, whether they finish 7-10. It's a bad season. They're going to have to wait to figure it out. I really honestly believe in 49ers management, 49ers coaching. I thought the 49ers defense did a really good job for the fact that they thought it was even like said that they were going to fire the defensive coordinator. I was really, really surprised by that. Offensively, I think I want an offensive coordinator to come in and help out. I'm not saying that I think Shanahan slipped or lost or maybe his plans just don't work anymore, but I think he's just overworked as a coach running the offense as well. I'm sure he's got other coaches. I'm sure he's got help, but he needs like a real guy that he can depend on, worry about other things, and then like when he draws up a play in the dirt, let him draw up a play in the dirt. Give the reins over to somebody else, trust him, and if he sees something on the field and he wants to call a different play, call timeout, call a different play, let's run it. All right, Niners over to Arizona. This is a winnable game. This is a winnable game, even with Josh Dobbs as quarterback. No excuses. We just want results. Let's go. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you here today. 17-17 at the half. Anybody who wants to say that this game in the NFC West doesn't mean anything, that nobody cares about it, these 49ers and these Cardinals are fighting literally every play. My boy, Juan Jennings, he goes down, he gets tossed out. Sad because more than likely if he had an average day today, he would have been a 1,000-yard receiver on the year. Of course, Deebo Samuel having a lot of trouble staying on the field, as well as the Brandon Ayuk injury. The Niners having Santa's up on the roof. The Niners having something with the wide receiver room that could be taken off as a win would have been awesome. But today's not going to be the day. Josh Dobbs out there doing his best, ran a touchdown in there for us, threw a touchdown. Ricky Purcell's the rookie who got shot in the chest from Florida. Finishes with the touchdown right before the half, 17-17. Niners look good. We're going to fight. This is a game, honestly, we could win. I don't give a shit about the draft. I don't give a shit about this, that, or the other. I want to win. That's it. I want to win. Let's go out there. Let's win this game. This could be us. Let's get Kittle going. Let's get receivers that I don't know their names going. Josh Dobbs, defense, lead us to a victory. Let's go. Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve the Breach coming to you here today. Week 18 has come to an end. I believe it's going to be 40-24. We made the halftime video, and the Cardinals got the ball on the kickoff. They were able to kick a field goal right before the half. They went up 3 points, and the Niners didn't really seem like they were the same team in the second half. The story of the year. Dobbs tried his best, but was not able to lead him out there. But Juan Jennings getting the axe early in the day didn't seem to help the team at all, because even in the fourth quarter, it seemed like they had told Kittle he was done. I guarantee you that he didn't go to them and say that he was done playing. I think that guy was ready to play until the end. And I don't know. There was that fake news story that came out that Kittle had signed a 3 or 4 year contract that was proved false shortly after it made its way around the clippings this week. I would love to keep Kittle on this team. With us drafting 2 tight ends in the draft last year, both of those guys staying with the team. I mean, the biggest story of the year is Purdy's contract. How much is he going to get? I think he honestly deserves the whole world. But I think hopefully he's a smart enough guy that knows that when he takes the whole kit and caboodle, if he takes a $50 million deal, you're going to lose your offensive line. You're going to lose the offensive weapons that you've had. And, you're getting paid, but, you got no defense. We've seen it so many times in the NFL, and we've been so lucky. But then again, he's been the lowest paid starting quarterback on a playoff team for 2 out of his 3 seasons that he's been in the league. He's been one of the real big reasons why we win. And we're going to have to see. We have the number 11 pick in the draft now, I believe, after our loss. If we would have won, we would have been 13 or 14, something like that. But this is a football team that needs to regroup. It needs to figure out what we did wrong. And one of the big things was really believe in who we thought we were, instead of going out there and proving it and winning the game on the field. And I want to see off-season work. I want to see preseason work. I want us to go out there and win some football games again. We're the San Francisco 49ers. We got to believe it. I hate losing to the Cardinals. The Cardinals deserve to be the last place team in this division. I'm not even the biggest Kyler Murray fan. I don't think that he's a good starting quarterback. And he beat us twice. We lost to the Rams twice. We lost to the Cardinals twice. We split with the Rams. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We split with the Seahawks. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. Little Alex, don't record that. Don't use that back on me. But let's go back to just winning this division, winning football teams, and being the team that we are. Hopefully, we can sneak through the offseason, and we're going to be a little bit of a surprise next year. Coming from the bottom to the top, just like a team in the NFC South. But not much more to say here. Shitty year, bad year, and let's just group it up, get back together. Going to be a good game tonight. Really surprised that the Patriots fired their coach. I think it was the Jets brought Vrabel in for an interview, and they let him leave without giving him the job. I thought he was going to fly right to Las Vegas, take their job once it became available. Now I'm wondering if he's going to get that New England job. That's one that makes sense. Vrabel in New England? Let's go.